Hi Kernels, welcome back to PopCon Slimes. My name is Michelle, and today I will be reviewing Oof Slimes. I reviewed this shop a few months ago. They are a really small shop, and I met them on Instagram, and I am just so blown away with their products that I just had to try again from their newest candy restock. Alright guys, let's get into this video. My slime took about 10 days to arrive and came in this really nice upcycled box that had some really chunky glitters on top and some tissue paper. Everything was nicely bubble wrapped and came with some of these air pads as well to make sure that the slimes were very protected. There were also some packing peanuts in there as well to help make sure the slimes were delivered safe and sound. Here is everything I got all laid out. I have my 4 slimes, my slime care sheet, the extras that go with my slimes, and I also got some really fun extras of candy, borax, a bracelet, and a little mochi squishy. The first slime I tried was called Skittles Fizz. This is a Snow Fizz based slime that is inspired by, of course, Skittles candy. I was really impressed with the color when I opened this slime. A lot of times that red can get super diluted and it's hard to get a nice red, but I thought this looked just like the red of the Skittles, like the inside, and I thought it was a really perfect color for this slime. I will also say I really enjoy the new containers that this shop has. These are really durable, awesome containers, and the slime does not stick to them at all, so really good job on that front. This slime was a little bit sticky and had some residue when I took it out initially. I'm not sure what was going on there. My hands were washed and lotioned, so I don't think it was because I was dry. I honestly think there was just some sort of residue that needed to be mixed in. I added some activator spray on my hands to kind of help because the slime didn't necessarily feel underactivated. It just kind of, again, had this sticky residue. However, I really enjoyed playing with this slime. I thought it was so pretty and super sizzly. This slime to me was scented like a red Jolly Rancher. I don't really like Skittles, so I'm not 100% sure like what the smell of Skittles actually is, but this one had just a really strong kind of red fruit candy scent to me. So that residue did go away after I started mixing and playing. I also got a little bit of a jiggle out of this slime, which I thought was really cute. This was so fun to poke and squeeze. I really enjoyed it. I was able to fluff this slime up a ton. Of course, in the process, I did get a lot of slime stuck to my hands because that comes with the process of inflation, but look how puffy I was able to get this. This became just such like a chubby, jiggly, fun slime that had those awesome crunches from the snow. Speaking of the snow, I will say this is the perfect kind of Snow Fizz. It is that plastic snow that's not too small, not too big, and I thought it felt amazing. I ended up playing with this slime for a long time and I am still returning to it because it is so inflating and it is so fun to play with that it's just awesome. So I really, like I said, love this slime. The only thing I didn't like was the residue, and when I go to play with it again, there is still residue that I have to mix in a little bit more, and so that still does come on my hands. For those reasons, I am going to give this slime 4.8 out of 5 popcorns. The next slime I tried was called Jolly Rancher. This is a jelly slime that is pigmented this beautiful blue color. It looks just like a blue Jolly Rancher or even like blue Gatorade. It is so stunning. Despite being just the littlest bit tacky, I worked through that, and this jelly was so fun. It was the perfect consistency of instant snow to clear base, and I thought that it was so squishy and chubby and jiggly that I had so much fun playing with this one. Additionally, this one was scented like blue raspberry candy. It was a pretty strong scent, but it went perfectly with the slime because it looked and smelled like blue raspberry or Gatorade or melted Jolly Rancher, and it was on point. So as you guys can see, look how nice and chubby this jelly gets when you start to stretch it and inflate it. It became my favorite kind of jelly consistency. There wasn't snow under my nails. It was a tiny bit tacky, but that's okay. That comes with this texture and the play, and I didn't mind that at all. Otherwise, I just was in love. Like, the little jiggles made me so happy. I loved poking this one. It felt chubby, and it got super airy once I was able to inflate it. So I was able to get this really inflated, guys, as you can see, and it became really tacky, obviously, because of the inflation, but look, it still had that jiggle, became this really beautiful light blue color, and I just could not stop stretching and popping this one. It felt so amazing how it just puffed and inflated in my hands and became this jiggly, fluffy, almost felt like there was like shaving cream in it kind of slime, and I played with it for way longer than I usually do with other slimes, if that tells you anything. So I have zero qualms with this slime. There was a little bit of that residue, and it honestly didn't bother me. I think it kind of contributed to helping the jelly not inflate super right away and to have kind of this fun mixing experience with the instant snow inside. I'm not taking off any points, but for one thing I'd like to see that would just bring this slime to the next level is maybe some Fimos or a little Jolly Rancher charm to add in. However, I understand those are expensive, and that does not take away from this slime at all. That would just make this slime like one of the most superior slimes I have tried. If you haven't guessed already, this slime is getting 5 out of 5 popcorns. The next slime I ordered was called Banana Taffy. This is your traditional thick and glossy slime that is scented, of course, like banana taffy. I want to start by saying I really enjoyed the color of this one. It wasn't too in-your-face yellow. It really was this beautiful banana, almost Boston cream, custard-looking yellow, and I thought that was really perfect for this slime. I could tell right away that this was a really awesome, thick and glossy slime. You could feel just how thick it was when you were stretching. It needed a little bit more of a slow pull. You couldn't go too fast, but it still had a good stretch, which usually you gotta pick either stretch or thickness, and I was able to get both out of this one and enjoy both of those aspects. I was obsessed with like the deep clicks and bubble pops I was able to get on this one. The juicy pokes and those really deep bubble pops are just my favorite. As you can see when I play, it does stretch and rip just a little bit, but that is just because she's really thick. She's more of a thick and jiggly kind, and I'm honestly totally okay with that. As I said before, this one is scented like banana taffy. To me, this one smells just like banana candy. It's not more of a natural banana. It's definitely that more of a banana candy scent, which I don't mind at all. It smells really good, and it goes with the candy theme. Overall, this was just a really fun, thick and glossy, your traditional slime. It was really nice to play with. I enjoyed poking it. I could poke this one all day because it made those really deep suction-y sounds, which I love. It inflated and chubbed up pretty nicely on me and also deflated well, so I didn't have to get another container, which is really nice too. I have no issues with this slime at all. I really enjoyed it. One thing I will say is that to amp it up and take it to the next level, I would have liked to see maybe an add-in or some Fimos, just because this is your plain thick and glossy. That could have zhuzhed it up a little bit more, made it spicy, but I'm not taking off points for that because this slime on its own, the base is just fantastic. This slime is gonna get, just like the one before, 5 out of 5 popcorns. Last but certainly not least is melted Twix. This is a cloud cream slime, and if you have not seen the previous Oof Slimes video, go check it out. I will put the link here. I am obsessed with their cloud cream texture. I don't usually like clouds, and if you've watched my channel, you know that. I don't like snow under my nails, but this cloud cream is a dream, and I'm so excited to get another one. Just like last time, I was initially and continued to be so impressed. This slime is so spreadable and it makes beautiful clicks, but it still has that cloud consistency. You can floof it up, you can squish it. It is just, oh, I am in love with this texture. As you can see, the base of this slime was this tannish brown color, which looked just like the Twix cookie to me, so I thought that was a perfect color choice. It was also scented like chocolate. Usually I don't like chocolate scents because they're very artificial and hard to nail, like nothing really smells like chocolate. But this scent was pretty good. In addition, this was a partial DIY that came with some side slimes, which were very nicely wrapped. As you can see, I struggled to unwrap them. They were so well wrapped. And that acts as the caramel and the chocolate that go inside of the Twix candy. So I took those side slimes and drizzled them on top to make my melted Twix. I will say that the chocolate one was a little bit underactivated, but I was okay with that because it was called melted Twix. And honestly, like this looked like melted chocolate putting it on, and it looked good enough to eat. It was so delicious. I also added that caramel bit into the middle, and here is my completed slime. The mixing of this slime was so fun. It looked like a swirl of melted candy, and it really incorporated nicely into the base. I think this slime was so appropriately named because as I'm doing these stretches and getting kind of this twirl and marbling, it really did look like a melted Twix. Those add-on top slimes incorporated very quickly and nicely into the base of this cloud cream. They did go a little bit faster than I would have liked to see just because they were kind of the same colors, but they just mixed beautifully. It was amazing. And it didn't change the texture of this slime very much at all. If anything, it made it just a little bit more stretchier and still was just as enjoyable. So I played with this slime for a very, very long time, and as you can see, I got it super fluffy. I was so impressed on the inflation I was able to get from this slime, and it was so easy to do. Usually it takes me forever to try to get super inflated slime, but this one came very nicely, and I was very happy to see that. even with all of the extreme inflation I got, it was only like a little bit tacky at the end. And guys, I cannot say enough about this texture. It is so unique to this shop. It's not like other cloud creams. And like, obviously I could play with this all day and have been playing with it nonstop since I got it. One thing I will say is that the scent has become less aggressive over time, which doesn't really bother me. That's the only thing I can think of that would be somewhat of a downside to this slime, but I've literally played with it every day and I haven't been able to kill it, so it's super, super durable. Guys, you know what's coming. I'm giving this one 5 out of 5 popcorns. My second order from Oof Slimes was not a disappointment. I am continually stunned with this small shop. She has very few sales on Etsy, really small restocks, but I suggest you follow her right now on Instagram and mark your calendars for her next restock because they will sell out. She doesn't make a ton and she is definitely one of my favorite small shops right now. It is super affordable, great prices, awesome creativity, the shipping looks amazing, these containers are great, and the slime holds up for a really long time. I could say more and more about Oof Slimes, but I will have you guys go ahead and check her out on Instagram. I've linked her shop and her Instagram in the details below. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I love doing this for you guys. If you have any small shops that you think are super awesome that I should check out, go ahead and comment them below and I will look into them. Keep popping kernels and we will see you in the next one.